So I and you are physical representations of a God that no one can see. Hey y'all, it's Ken and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kennedy, and on this channel I vlog and document navigating life in my 20s while living for Christ. And you are watching another episode of God's Girl Talk, or GGT, where I come and sit down with y'all and just tell y'all whatever the Holy Spirit wants y'all to know. Okay, so I have been gone for a couple weeks, and that is because I have been exhausted, y'all, and I didn't realize the exact reason why until I had this interaction at work. My fatigue wasn't just physical, it was actually spiritual, because I had energy to get up and work, and of course everybody, whenever we come back from work, we just want to chill and things, but it was a different type of tiredness that I was feeling. Let's just get into it. If you are new here, then I'll just give you a little background, very brief background on my journey in my new job or role. I was coming from a background where I actually had a work from home job, and so I wasn't really interacting with people that much. And then after that, I was actually jobless for 4 months. And so in that, I went from, I could spend an hour, 2 hours in prayer time, studying, like doing all the fasting, doing all the things, like whenever I wanted to now I a lot of times have to work 6 days in a row. Like, I'm in office 6 days in a row, and I am in an environment that is not a holy environment. Take me being somewhere that is not like my home, where it's secure, where it's safe. Not saying my job is but you get what I'm saying. And then going to a place where you're spending majority of your time at now that doesn't really amplify the Lord. And I come home now just not feeling like doing certain things, not feeling like reading the Bible as much, not feeling like praying as much, and things of that nature. And then also feeling the guilt or shame around not feeling like it. So it's just a bunch of aspects that I was really struggling with. This season of my life is just further beating into me, further showing me that my relationship, your relationship with God, is a choice. It is a daily choice, even when you are not feeling like it, because you just really do feel off when you're not in balance with him, especially once you do know him and once you do have a relationship with the Lord and Holy Spirit. Once that's kind of being messed with a little bit, you do feel like something is missing out of your life. I say that to say, he gave me what I prayed for. He blessed me, and my job is and was a blessing. It is a major testimony in my life. I did a whole video on that as well that y'all should go check out, because it was crazy. Yeah, even in the blessing, he's showing me that there is a larger capacity that I now have to carry, and I have to make shifts in this new environment, make shifts in this new season and this new responsibility that I have. This led me to reflect on the impact my job is having on me versus the impact that I could possibly have on my job or that environment. And I'm going to explain. I have shared a couple times that I am more careful with the words that I speak, and I don't like to curse anymore. And I try my hardest not to. Sometimes things happen, we're human, it comes out. Okay, cool, but just in daily speaking, and I just want to watch what I say. And especially when I'm at work, or especially when I'm around other people, I don't want that to be a representation of me. Like the other day at work, I was talking passionately with one of my coworkers about whatever topic, and I cussed, like a cuss word slipped out my mouth. Nothing but still something. My coworker was like laughing and was like, "Oh my god, you cussed." And it was like kind of like not a big thing, but it was a funny thing, I guess, that happened. I don't know. But in that moment, while they were laughing, I was kind of like, hold up. I got not a conviction in my spirit, because it wasn't conviction, but it was kind of something that made me halt. And then I just felt the Holy Spirit's presence in that moment, and he was basically telling me, just very gently, not accusatory and not in anger, but he said, don't let your environment influence you. You be the light. Because at my job, I can say that I am an outlier in just what I believe. You know, they don't know what I like do for real. Like, they don't know nothing about this channel because no. Of course, some of them know that I'm Christian, or they all know I'm Christian, but they don't know to what extent, and maybe that's my fault. But I know also in the workplace, especially with the type of job I have, I'm a leasing consultant, so I'm dealing with a whole bunch of different type of people. Y'all know I don't have to get into that, and I'm not gonna say specifics because I still work there, but I'm dealing with a whole lot. People automatically assume based on my demographic, like I'm young, I do have like kind of a bubbly personality, I'm black, so they, you know, instantly assume that you believe a certain way, think a certain way. And so I oftentimes feel like I have to hide or conceal who I truly am, and that is what I've been struggling with, because at one hand I do have to keep things professional and I'm a representative of the company, but I'm also a representative of Christ. So it's like that balance that was really eating me up, and that was what was really draining me and fatiguing me and just making me tired, on top of, you know, going in every day and actually working. It's like also a spiritual battle that's happening at the same time. I don't know if that's sounding too deep or it's not that serious, but it actually is that serious, especially when the Lord removes the scales from off your eyes and you just see life and the world and just people in general in a different view. It really grieves my heart sometimes with the people I meet and the stories they tell me. It really does. And I can't say anything, or I can't speak out and just boldly walk in the way that I really feel like I want to at times, because there's still a boundary there. And I hope that makes sense. But this situation in particular really just made me stop and just tell myself to tighten up, because something as small as me not cussing was something that other people actually noticed about me. So even the small things people pay attention to, people are always watching. And a lot of times being preachy isn't what is going to bring people to Christ or get people to ask. It's your lifestyle, the way you talk, the way you think, that people might be intrigued by and want to get to know more about, or wonder why you don't do that, or wonder why you're so different. Even something small like that. And further revelation based on this interaction that happened days ago came to me yesterday, last night kinda, and that is why, yes, my environment was, you know, getting me tired and getting me spiritually fatigued. I was letting it do that to me. I've forgotten the tools that God gave me to fight those type of things, and the authority that the Lord gave me to fight against spiritual warfare or against just fatigue. And I have done it before, but I guess I didn't realize that it was hitting me in the workplace. But the Lord gave me authority to speak life over myself. The Lord gave me authority to speak energy over myself. The Lord gave me authority to speak capacity over myself and strength. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 talks about how while we do live in the world, we don't act and fight the same way the world does. I was not doing or fulfilling my role as a citizen of the Lord's kingdom in my workplace. I hadn't prayed over the community. I hadn't prayed over my building or my office. I hadn't prayed over the people who live there. None of that. So yes, while my job was a monetary level up and a physical level up, that also comes with more kingdom responsibility that I just didn't expect, I guess, or I didn't think that it was going to come in that way. Matthew 5:14 through 16 says that you are the light of the world. 2 Corinthians 5:20 says that we are ambassadors for Christ. So I and you are physical representations of a God that no one can see. So since no one can see God, and there are plenty of unbelievers who don't believe in a God due to the fact that God is unseen, and that just requires a great amount of faith to believe in something that you can't see. We are supposed to have His Holy Spirit in us and God in us. We are supposed to be a reflection of an invisible God. even the smallest acts of obedience matter. Everything matters. The things you say, the places you go, the people you are around, and how you influence them and how you let them influence you. All right, so that was pretty much the end of my message. We're just gonna close this out with a few talking points to wrap it all up. So one, when God gives you more physical responsibility, it often comes with more spiritual responsibility. Don't let the world deplete you. We can't escape the world. We live in a fallen world, so we must stand our ground using the tools that God gave us, and the tools and instructions are all in the Word. This lesson just told me to tighten up spiritually, and I wanted to share it with you all in case someone is struggling in this area, in the workplace, with family, friends, or any other environment. And I hope that it gave some encouragement and just some further insight on why you might be feeling fatigued around other people, and just reminding you that you do have godly authority and you do have tools to fight it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.